Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. My name is Alifia Salsabila Fajari, and in this video I will tell you a story from West Java, Indonesia. And this story is one of the famous story from West Java, and the title is The Legend of Tangkuban Perahu. So the legend of Tangkuban Perahu tells a story about a beautiful girl who lived in West Java, Indonesia. She is a king's daughter and her name is Dayang Sumbi. Dayang Sumbi loves weaving very much, and almost every day she always weaving a cloth. And one day when she was weaving a cloth, suddenly one of her yarn fell to the ground, and she asked for help to anyone to give her yarn back, and she will give a special present for anyone who can give her yarn back. And the special present is, if anyone who can give her yarn back is a female, she will consider as her sister, and if male, she will marry him. And then male dog, its name is Tumang, comes with bring her yarn. Dayang Sumbi is very surprised, and she doesn't believe that who bring her yarn back is a male dog. It means Tumang will be her husband because she cannot revoke her oath. And then they married and lived together in a small village. Several months later, they have a son. His name is Sangkuriang. Tumang asks to Deng Sumbi not to tell their son that Tumang is his father. Sangkuriang grow up become a handsome boy. He likes hunting very much. He often hunting to the wood with his arrow and his father, Tumang. One day, Dayang Sumbi asked Sangkuriang to hunt for a deer because Dayang Sumbi really wants to eat a deer's heart at a time. So Sangkuriang goes to the wood with his father, and a few hours later, in the wood, Sangkuriang cannot find any deer, and he also doesn't want to disappoint her mother, and then he decides to kill Tumang without he knows that Tumang is his father. After that, Tumang's he went back. After that, he went back home, and he gives Tumang's heart to Deng Sumbi, but Deng Sumbi knows that it is Tumang's heart. And then Deng Sumbi is very angry, and she hit Sangkuriang's head, so there is a scar on Sangkuriang's head. And Sangkuriang leave her mother in sadness. And many years pass. Sangkuriang comes to his own village, but he didn't realize it. He meets Dayang Sumbi, but both of them didn't know each other. Dayang Sumbi at the time was given an eternal beauty by God, so she stayed young forever. And Sangkuriang and Dayang Sumbi are falling in love, and then they decide to marry. But then Dayang Sumbi find out a scar on Sangkuriang's head, and she realized that Sangkuriang is her son. And then she tells to Sangkuriang that he is her son, but Sangkuriang doesn't believe her. Sangkuriang still wants to marry Dayang Sumbi, but Dayang Sumbi wants to end their relationship. And then Dayang Sumbi gives Sangkuriang a very difficult condition if he wants to marry her. And the condition is Sangkuriang must build a lake and a big boat in one night. And then Sangkuriang agreed with her condition, and Sangkuriang start to build a lake and a big boat with the help by genies and spirits. By midnight, Sangkuriang almost finished his work by build a lake in Citarum River, and It's almost down when he nearly finished it. And Sang Kuryang continue to build a big boat, and Deng Sunbi keeps watching on them, and she is worried because Sang Kuryang almost finished his work, and Daeung Sunbi wants to hold back his work by made a light in the east, and it makes the spirit and Janice thinks that the time is over and it's time for them to leave. It means Sang Kuryang cannot finish her condition, and Sang Kuryang is very angry and he kicked the boat, and the boat is to be Mount Tangkuban Perahu. It means boat upside down. And yeah, the story, that's the end of the story. And the story is quite strange because there are strange things like human married with a dog, and they think are beyond human understanding. But the stories also have a moral value. It is think before act. No matter what happened, you have to be honest person, because every time you lie, you will continue to lie to cover up your lie. That's all story of the legend of Tangkuban Perahu. Thank you for your listening. See you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.